hoping to use this showcase to show they are the top receiver in the country. Welcome to the Old Horseshoe in the banks of the Olentangy, the home of the Ohio State Buckeyes. As we'll see the number 2 team in the country, the Penn State Nittany Lions, taking on the 3rd-ranked team, the Ohio State Buckeyes. Relay Sports, I'm Chris Fowler, joined in the booth by Kirk Hermstreet. Kirk, let's get this thing going. The Nittany Lions will kick this away to start us off. And he takes this from inside the 5. Solid job by the coverage team. They bring him down at the 16. The Buckeyes offense making their way on the field to open this game. And remember, the last time these teams met, it came right down to the wire.
Well, Chris, there's so many great rivalry games that we all look forward to every single year. But with these two teams, it just always seems to be a tight matchup.
Gets it out quickly to the left side. Receiver brought down after a short pitch and catch.
Well, it's a game of matchups. Always has been and it always will be, especially on the perimeter. And the quarterback believes his guy is better than their guy.
Offense getting set up. Here's 2nd down. To throw, it's Sayin. Quick completion to the tight end. Buckeyes pick up enough yardage to move the sticks.
That's what makes this tight end so dangerous. You can flex him out into that slot position. He shows you his versatility. He can be an inline guy that can block, but here he shows you what he can do with his hands.
The drive stays alive with that 1st down completion. The short completion to the tight end. Breaking free at midfield. Tackle made after a huge gain all the way to the 40.
Well, this is what you see all over college football and even up, obviously, in the NFL. These tight ends are really recruited as big receivers, and they can get one-on-one matchups, and they've got speed after the catch. This is a short throw. You could see what he does after the catch, and he is a tough matchup for whether it's a safety, a nickel, or a linebacker.
It's a screen pass complete to the running back. And bring him down, but the back able to pick up some decent yardage in that screen.
Screen plays are risky because the defense can get to the quarterback and it also can be covered. Many times, the quarterback just throws it away. Here they get some positive yards.
2nd down after that previous play. The pre-snap motion from the offense. Looking to throw yet again. Grab down the middle. It's Peoples. And they wrap him up, but the gain is good enough for a 1st down. And the player is down injured after that last play. We'll take a timeout while they check him out. The Buckeyes getting set on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's a handoff. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Things just appeared to be a bit out of sync from the get-go on that one. Give credit to the front 7 of that defense for staying in the proper lanes and getting to the ball carrier, not let him dance around and make something out of nothing.
Offense getting set. 2nd down play here. Looking downfield. It's Sayin. Caught over the middle. It's Smith. Defense wraps him up after the catch, but he's just short of the 1st down.
We'll see if the defense stays in zone after that big play, if they can change things up on this drive and get a little bit more aggressive.
This will be 3rd and short, the 7th play of the opening drive. They pick up the 1st on the ground. They bring it down at the 11, but it'll be 1st down from there.
That's a good, hard, tough running there to get that 1st down to keep this drive alive early in this game. The offense really asserting themselves. They're not thinking about a field goal. They're trying to put this ball in the end zone.
And it's a bunch formation. Offense moving receivers around now before the snap. On first down, it's play action. Oh, down he goes. It's a sack.
Well, this is exactly how you can slow down the momentum and a rhythm of an offense. You got to get some tackles for a loss and some sacks. This time, they come up with a sack by getting after that quarterback.
A sack sets up second down. Back in motion now. He'll look to throw it here on second down. Goes to his right side there for the completion. To get him down quickly, not much of a gain on that completion.
Really good defenses put an emphasis on winning the early downs. That means holding your own on first and second down. So you force the offense to consistently have to try on third and long. That's exactly what's happened here in this series.
The offense with some pre-snap motion. Looking to throw. It's Sayin. He's got it near the end zone. And he will score. Touchdown, Ohio State. Wow, that is an impressive start, Kirk. In an emotional game like this, to be so efficient, to click like that early is impressive.
Well, it's very impressive and a great way to start for this team because all the build-up and all the hype, now you can just settle in and play your game.
So they'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. PAT is good, so it's 7-0. So after putting up the touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away. He's going to return it from near the goal line. He's tackled at the 21. That's where the drive will start. So the Penn State Nittany Lions offense takes the field. Our first chance to see them today. And all eyes, Kirk, in this matchup of elite wide receivers. They got great skill. They got big personalities. You know they want to outdo each other in this showdown today.
Well, it's a showcase opportunity for both of these two wide receivers. A lot of eyes on them, not only in college football, but I don't know the last time, Chris, we were on the field pregame and saw so many NFL personnel evaluating these two to see who ends up stepping up and playing better. Any good offense has to have a reliable, quick to intermediate passing game. Even though that wasn't enough for the first down, it's plays like this that help you sustain drives and not get stuck with third down and long.
Listen to the crowd energy here in the early going. This is a tough environment for visitors. And he's brought down, but not before he gets first down yardage.
This quarterback has a lot of different options, but I don't mind him getting this wide receiver involved so early in the game. Let him build up his confidence. He could have a monster day for you.
Fresh set of downs for the offense. First down. Quick pass. The catch is made. They bring him down quickly. A short pitch and catch to get a little bit closer to the marker.
And there's the tight end who shows off his hands.
Offense getting set. It's second down. Back to throw. It's Allen. And it's incomplete. The defensive pressure affected his throw that time.
Here's an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't quite have the concentration or the focus necessary. Ends up dropping it before he can bring it in.
Now the offense facing a third and long on their own 41. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Hit as he released it. And it's incomplete again. Fourth down coming up.
Well, the defense picks the right time to get after this quarterback. Third down, critical down and distance. Do a good job of dialing things up and good coverage downfield. He didn't have anywhere to go with the ball.
Nittany Lions will bring their punt team on the field now. And the returner is tackled by this punt coverage team. Offense out there for the first play of this drive from the 18. And they're moving the receiver now before the snap. First play of the drive, they'll come out throwing. Grab down the middle. It's Smith. Defense reacts quickly. A very short gain on the play.
Quarterback looks downfield to make this throw. He wants to be able to get the ball to be able to pick up enough yards for a first down. But instead, he gets the ball at least underneath to the drag route and gets some positive yards.
That completion makes it second and medium. Caught behind the line. It's Smith. He's in the clear. They'll stop him with the 34. That will be a first down. Well, Ohio State has the lead here, Kirk. We'll check out the stats now through the opening period. Plenty of time for some plot twists here as we begin the second quarter. So here we go. First play of the quarter. The offense has a first down. Offense will keep it on the ground here. The junior able to bring him down quickly. Kirk, you played in plenty of rivalry games. How do they feel different from the others?
Well, Chris, rivalry games, and depending on who the coach is, this is a game you think about all year. You know, you're working out in the weight room. You're doing drills and summer two-a-days. Everything is focused on getting to this game and playing your very best.
They'll feed the back again. Tackle made after just a short game.
You know, in the era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense is countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example. The defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage, not give up big run plays.
Dropping back, it's Sayin. Looks to his left and makes the completion. They lose the ball to about the 45. That's good for a first down.
This offense is clicking, and clearly everything seems to be working. The coordinator is calling good plays. The quarterback and the rest of his receivers and running backs are executing. And frankly, this defense is showing almost no resistance.
The Buckeyes pick up first down yardage to keep the drive going. Pre-snap motion from the receiver. Here comes a first down pass attempt. Nowhere to go here, and the ball is knocked loose. Oh, and it's scooped up. Offense still has it on the run. They get him to the ground, heads up by the offense to keep possession, but he's still short of the marker.
Well, just like running backs, quarterbacks, when they decide to pull the ball down and run, they've got to protect it. He left it out away from his body exposed, and it got knocked away. He's very fortunate he had a teammate who was able to get on top of it.
He went backwards on first down, so second and long from the 24. Quarterback looking to connect with the receiver here. Trapped again in the pocket.
Chris, that's another sack for this guy. That's back-to-back plays. This guy's been able to get to this quarterback. Man, he is in a zone and feeling good right now. If I'm the offensive coordinator, I'm either rolling away from that guy or you got to think about double-teaming him just to keep him out of the backfield.
So here comes third and long, trying to overcome that sack. This is going to be really difficult. Third down and a mile, looking to throw for it. And a short pitch and catch to the tight end.
Great job here by the defense. Third down and long. You drop back in coverage, keep everything in front of you, force that quarterback to have to check the ball down, and then you rally to the football to force this fourth down. Great job here by the D.
Buckeyes will have to kick it away. And this will be the first punt for this offense this afternoon. And the returner brought down by the coverage team. So here comes the first play of the drive. They'll begin from their 47. On the run, it's Singleton. Here he goes. Tackle made after a nice pickup on the play.
Boy, great job up front here getting this first down by this Penn State offense. And great combination over the years that we've seen in State College. The ability to run the football with an offensive line that can get that push and a big physical back that can be able to pick up those yards to get those first downs.
Running game is working. They'll stick with it on first down. Run it up the middle, but stuffed for no gain.
Chris, I think we all kind of get caught up in third down. What is an offense doing on third down? But I think what's also important is how well you defend first down. If you can hold your opponents to a short gain or a tackle for a loss, you throw the offense out of whack, and their game plan gets much more challenging to try to come up with that first down.
They bring him down. Blocker has not much help on the screen there. He's short of the first down.
A lot of times this can be a tough play to defend because you're so concerned with getting pressure on the quarterback. But here the defense does a good job of coming off of coverage and chasing down the receiver.
It's the 2-minute timeout of what's been a really competitive game so far. Let's see if the offense can take the lead before the break. Not going to be easy here. Backed up a long way to go for a first down. To the air, it's Aller. The defense swarms to make a tackle for loss on that third down catch.
Sometimes you find that open receiver who's short of the sticks, and you hope the run after the catch will be able to give you the first down. The defense does a good job of keeping him short of the sticks. Let's see what they do here.
And the Nittany Lions will line up to boot it away. Money comes for his second punt of the game. And the punt will land in the end zone for a touchback. Here's the first play of the drive now from the 20-yard line. Handoff here from the shotgun. 5-yard gain, so it's 2nd and 5.
I think this defense keeps thinking about them throwing the football, and by doing that, they're opening up running lanes. Good positive yards there by the running back.
What's the play call here on 2nd down for this offense? Grab behind the line, it's Smith. Now the offense will spend a timeout here, wanting to come up with a perfect call on this important play coming up.
How about this defense? That is called team pursuit. Swarming to this wide receiver on the screen, not allowing him to get his momentum upfield.
Running play called on 3rd and short. And he's tackled, but only after picking up a first down.
What a great job to be able to establish some rhythm to an offense. When you can run the football like this, it just opens up the playbook. You can continue to run. You can go to play action. You really keep the defense on their heels when you can run the ball like this. Nice play.
The Buckeyes lining up here on 1st and 10. And the wideout goes in motion. On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. Cut over the middle. It's Smith. The offense will call a timeout. That's their 2nd of the half.
Yeah, you know this defense has got to be frustrated after giving up multiple conversions now on first downs. There's another one. But for the offense, and they're just playing very efficiently right now.
Looking to pass. It's Sayin. Pass incomplete under heavy pressure. Just got it away.
It's pretty simple as a defensive coordinator. When the quarterback drops back to throw, if we get pressure on him, we got a chance to slow him down and win the football game. If we don't, it could be a long afternoon. Good job here by dialing up the pressure.
Getting set. Here's 2nd down. Quarterback drops back from the shotgun. And he dumps it off to the tight end. And he's shoved out of bounds by the defense short of the first down marker.
Boy, that's pretty good coverage here by this defense. Not much of a window to throw this ball into, but the quarterback's accuracy and the size of the tight end picks up a nice gain.
So the offense looking to be efficient here. Not much time remaining before the end of the half. Grab down the middle. It's Smith. And they convert on 3rd down, moving the football to the 35. So a timeout is called. Just a few seconds left here in the first half. So on first down, the field goal unit will come out there trying to get 3 points before the half. Makes it look easy. And they add to their lead.
Boy, this guy has such a strong leg. No problem. Up into the net from 50 plus.
And he'll bring it out from inside the 10. And they get him down what will be the final play of this first half. And that will do it for the first half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update.
Man, all week, the Buckeyes and Nittany Lions tried to bottle up their emotions, but things just boiled over in that first half. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. Still 2 quarters to go in this incredible regional showdown between two of the winningest programs in football.
The Buckeyes will kick it off to begin the second half. Fields it inside the 5-yard line. And the returner brought down by that coverage team. And the first play of the drive now, they're backed up at the 12-yard line. First play of the third quarter is a handoff. Tough running to avoid a loss. It just barely gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Chris, I'll be really honest with you. I don't know why they continue to try to run the football. I'm all about balance. I'm all about trying to make sure defense has to defend the run and the throw. But at this point in the game, they haven't been able to run the ball. They're going to have to go through the air if they're going to come back and take the lead in this game at some point.
Short connection to the tight end here. They make the tackle, but that pass creates a solid gain. Third down. This offense really using conversion here down multiple scores. Try and muscle for the first down. The Nittany Lions looking to keep this drive rolling.
You know, even though that these guys are facing a deficit, they're not just going all through the air. Love the fact that you're running the football, keeping this defense honest, not panicking by just throwing every single down. Now you got a new set of downs and a chance to keep moving the ball down the field.
This line getting set up. It's a first down play. Caught in the backfield. It's Singleton. An exciting spin move, but doesn't produce much of a gain.
Hey, they get some positive yards here, but just from sitting up here looking down, Chris, I kind of have a sense that they wanted a little bit more on that play.
Here's the second down play. Quarterback will throw this out of the RPO. Defense surrounds it. Just a short gain on that completion. Down for the offense. To throw, it's Allen. Running back has it on the screen now. And he'll head out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for a first down.
You can see what the offense is trying to do here with this screenplay, but they avoid disaster by at least getting a few positive yards. The defense doing a great job of anticipating the screen here.
The Nittany Lions pick up enough for a first down here. And there's the handoff. Defense makes the stop after a 5-yard gain, so 2nd and 5.
Nice solid run here by this back. Did a nice job of just kind of finding that lane, pick up some positive yards there on 1st and 10.
Now it's 2nd down here. Over the middle, it's Ross. Tackle, but first down.
Great execution on the RPO. Quarterback does a nice job as he's putting the ball into the belly of the back, making sure to read his key. This defense was determined. They came up to stop the run. Quarterback saw it, pulled it out, hit the quick slant right behind it for some great yards.
On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. Running back grabs it on a screen. And they make the stop, but the screen pass fools the defense enough to pick up 1st down yardage.
Chris, it really looked to me like those linebackers in zone coverage had their eyes in the backfield looking at the quarterback. They lost the running back sneaking out on that angle route, and I thought the quarterback did a nice job of waiting, being patient, and then making a nice throw for a 1st down.
1st down, looking to throw the football. Short pass finds the tight end, and he'll make his way out of bounds after gaining decent yardage. The offense goes 5 wide, empty backfield. Back to throw again. That one falls incomplete. Looking for a flag, doesn't get it. Brings up 3rd down.
Well, these guys just continue to struggle throwing the football. You know, whether it's been running the wrong route, the quarterback not being accurate, the offensive line not doing their job. It's been a collective effort, and it's a big reason why they're trailing now in this game.
After the incompletion, they'll face a 3rd and 6. Dropping back, it's Aller. Looking for his big tight end. Grab down the middle, it's Reynolds. Touchdown, Nittany Lions. A catch and run by the big tight end. What a weapon this guy is. Kirk, they were backed up to start the drive, but some bold play calling, great execution, and they reached the end zone.
You know, it's easy to just kind of pull your horns in and get conservative when you're pushed way back close to your own goal line, but not this offense. They came out, showed the confidence that they have in their quarterback, and it paid off. Nice touchdown.
And they'll set up now for the extra point try. The extra point is good. They trail by 3 now, 10-7. Got momentum after scoring that touchdown. Now the kickoff team out there to kick it away. Returner looking to make a play here. And he stopped at the 19. Good job by the coverage team. Here's the first play of the drive now. They begin at the 19. QB starts the drive with a keeper. The gain is 3. Now it's 2nd down and 7.
Not exactly the outcome this offense was hoping for here on the option. They didn't lose any yards, which is great. I think they're definitely looking for more from that play.
2nd down play coming up for this offense. Quarterback drops back, probing the secondary. Caught near the sticks. It's Tate. You get him down, but that's a nice play. Moves the ball to the 33. That'll put him over 150 yards today, Kirk. He is putting on a show on this big stage.
How great is this? On this stage, as you mentioned, Chris, just playing his best game. He's been in sync with his receivers. Back there, has time to throw. Just having a dream performance.
Trying to find some room. It's Donaldson. Running through the tackle. Slams right into a wall. They've got him for a loss.
Well, if he would have stayed on his track and stayed more to the inside, I think that play opens up for a nice gain. Instead, he's looking for the big play, bounces it to the outside, and there's just too much speed on that defense.
Offense behind the 6 now on 2nd and 11 after the 1-yard loss. Scanning the field, it's Sayan. Finds that big tight end for a short pass. He's brought down after a short gain. That's not going to be 1st down yardage. And check out how he's been spreading the football around between his targets, getting everybody involved in this game. We're set now for the fourth quarter. Who is going to make the crucial plays to take home this W? First play of the quarter is a crucial one. Offense trying to convert this third down. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. And it's caught on the crossing pattern. They make the stop, but not before a solid gain that time.
Well, why not, Chris? Here we are in the fourth quarter. It's third down. This guy's been making plays all game long. Go back to him again, and it works out.
Buckeyes are moving quickly down the field. Motion by the back will make the defense adjust. Bringing pressure. Swarm with a pass rush. A sack.
Boy, the defense would not be denied on this play. They come up with a sack. Quarterback really didn't have much of a chance at all. Lucky he just held on to the ball.
The offense has done well to choose some clock here. Now they'll come up on second down. Receiver in motion now. Quarterback looking to throw it on second down. Pump over the middle. It's Donaldson. They bring down the receiver, but that's a nice gain on that play.
Well, the running back that time just kind of sneaks out of the backfield and shows his hands on that nice catch.
They're backed up here, trying to make something happen on third and long. To throw, it's Sayin. Caught by the receiver. And gain enough to set up first down now at the 39.
Well, the defense gets these guys to third down. They get a chance to get them off the field, and instead they give up the first down. So the clock will continue to move, and the defense is really at the mercy of this offense at this point.
The Buckeyes with first and 10 here. Off the play fake, looking to throw. Pressure is coming. And it's caught inside the 10. He moves the ball to the 7-yard line. Offense has a first and goal now.
How about this guy making this throw? I mean, they have harassed him all game long, and here we are in the fourth quarter. He takes another hit, and this time gets enough on it to be able to complete it. Great play by the quarterback.
The defense better regroup after that big gainer. It's first and goal just outside the 5. Grinding away with a running game. They finally corral him at the 1.
Great job by the running back of staying inbounds to continue to work that clock, working here in the fourth quarter with the lead. You got that defense getting closer and closer to their goal line. They are backed up, and they are desperate. They've got to make a play here. The offense just has to take care of the ball, a chance to really secure victory here.
On second and goal, they'll give it to him again. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
What a great job there by the defense, reading that play, pursuing to the football. Nice loss of yardage there on second and goal, and now it's third and goal for the offense.
They break the huddle for third and goal now. They're 2 for 2 on third this drive. They'll run it here. They've got him in the backfield. Nowhere to go, a 2-yard loss. And now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense. So on fourth down, here comes a crucial field goal attempt. And it's good, right down the middle.
I was watching this guy in pregame. He has got a strong leg. I'm surprised here he's able to put 3 points up here for the offense.
Following the field goal, the kickoff team is out there now. Fields it just outside the goal line. To be tackled at the 17. Strong job by the coverage team. And the first play of the drive now coming up from the 17-yard line. Keep it on the ground. There's the handoff. And he's pushed out of bounds after a short run. Not enough for a first.
I'll take that every single time. Offensive line does a nice job up front. This back's vision and ability to get positive yards by lowering his pads on full display right there.
Important second down play coming up. Takes the ball and heads to the left side. Breaks into the clear. They bring him down, but a big chunk of yardage on the play.
Outstanding blocking on the left side of that offensive line. That's really what opened up this play. They did their job, and you can see the results. You burst open and get a big gain on the ground. If I were them, I'd keep going to that side and see how much more success they can have.
A running play gives the offense a fresh set of downs. The final 2 minutes here, this defense trying to hang on, the offense trying to make a play to win it. Here we go, trailing late in the game here. Serious urgency for this offense right now. Handoff from the shotgun. The gain is 4, so it's 2nd and 6.
Hey, listen, you don't always have to have big plays to be successful. It's a nice, solid gain here. Keeps you on schedule, and you get ready for that next play.
Tight game. Final 2 minutes. Can the offense make a play here? And they desperately need it. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw it. Grab down the middle. It's Hudson. They bring him down, but a nice play moves the football to the 31 and a first down.
Hey, this defense doing a good job all game long and not giving up many yards after the catch. Now working with this lead, trying to preserve it. Good job of keeping their eyes up and bringing this receiver down. Gave up some yards, but nothing big to try to hold on to this lead.
Dropping back, it's Allen. Quick throw complete to the tight end. And uses his speed to pick up solid yardage. And the offense will wisely spend a timeout after the play. Clock management's going to be very important here in the final minutes. Here we go, trailing late in the game here. Serious urgency for this offense right now. Here's a quick screen to the receiver. Tackle at the 8 after the completion. So down here in the red zone, every yard tough to find. Here is a crucial play coming up. The pocket breaking down to the end zone, but incomplete.
Now that's going to bring up a critical third down here as we're late into this football game and a drive where they need points. This quarterback's got to take control of this huddle, make sure everybody's on the same page. You have multiple plays that you could go to, whether it's a run or a pass. But you've got to come up with a first down.
Third down play here out of the shotgun. He makes the grab in the end zone. Touchdown, Penn State.
Boy, what more can you say about the execution of this offense with the game on the line? They tied the game up, extra point away from taking the lead with under a minute to go. Wow, impressive.
And now here comes the point after attempt. Crucial PAT is good. They're in front by 1 here in the 4th. Kickoff team out there. They are fired up after just scoring a touchdown. They'll return it from inside the 5. Makes it to the 16. That's good coverage there. For the first play of the drive, they'll set up at the 16. They start with an RPO. Quick pass to the right. And the coach quickly calls timeout after the play, trying to hold on to as much time as possible. Now the offense here needs some big plays to give the kicker a chance here. The clock is a factor. Scanning the field. It's Sayin. Running out of time in the pocket. Just flings it out of bounds as pass rush closing in.
Well, this is it. Late in the game, really tight situation. This is what separates a good quarterback from a great quarterback. Can he come up with the play to keep this drive alive?
Offense has a ways to go to get into field goal range. They need some big plays, and time is winding down. Looking to throw it on 3rd and very long. Caught over the middle. It's Tate. And they wrap him up after the completion, just short of the first down marker.
Well, they get to completion, but they don't come up with a first down. Probably had 2 plays called in the huddle, so now they've got to get to the line of scrimmage, get set, and run their 4th down play.
So here we go. Down 1 score. They're going to go for it on 4th down. Makes the catch, and that is enough for a first down. And the runner steps out of bounds, but does have enough yardage to pick up the first down. They'll get set, needing to score quickly now, looking for some big plays right here. Looking to throw it on 1st down. It's a short completion to the big tight end. And you'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Oh, when you're a team that comes in, Kirk, with great expectations, big goals at the end, you're going to get tested. They were tested here today by another ranked team. I was impressed how they responded.
Chris, there's no doubt about it. I think the thing that really stood out to me is the way they played for 4 quarters, just dominating football. And this is a team that's had to deal with being kind of the hunted, the team that knows that every single week teams want to bring them down. They took on a very talented team today and just dominated.
And that is going to do it. We enjoy being here. For Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris Fowler. And this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.